Marching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Takes it at the 7. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And right away, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Geno now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Smith. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. A good return there, calling 13 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
The Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
So no advantage in this game for either quarterback in terms of coming off that open week, huh?
Yeah, they both had buys.
Both had them, so you got to figure both of them went back, watched some extra tape, polished up their game, checked out their fundamentals, but they also both had an extra week to prepare for each other's defenses. This could be a whole lot of fun.
They start the drive with Cook.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here's Cook again.
Good footwork at the 30.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he is going to have a Bills first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Bills sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
On the slant, he's got Davis. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 30 on 2nd down, Allen.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Gabriel Davis.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Bills put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
7 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now Gino on first down.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On second down, here's Barkley. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. Here's Smith. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
They'll try the wide side with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Throwing is Allen on third. And that will be incomplete. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it.
Back deep, Marquez Callaway.
Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing is Smith. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Gino.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Smith now to throw. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will stay at a 7-point game. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Again, it's Cook. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 37. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. They'll run it. Here's Cook. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
The possession switching back to the New York Giants.
Yeah, they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, Smith. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27. From the 27, Smith. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. On first and 10, Smith. That's complete to Slayton. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. the 16. Smith firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Smith.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
Throwing now is Geno. This is caught. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Giants are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. And now out come the Bills. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But
looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Geno Smith getting ready to go again here on offense. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, the ball never hits the ground there either.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The Giants on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Smith. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
From the gun, here's Smith. And it's caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. Throwing again is Smith toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Giants have moved out in front.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 14-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
That's to Cook out of the backfield. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32.
Third down, here's a run by Cook.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, that was big right there, because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To the air, Allen.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Gets this one to Morris. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Allen now looks to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Buried behind the line by Azeez Ojulari.
And if we go back to the last series, remember their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helped contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
Here's Johnny Townsend to punt it away.
Come on, let's play like a team. Keep it moving.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
New York set to take the field. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Smith. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. A handoff, Barkley running left. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down now, but that clock rolling. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Bills. Dawson Knox, 60 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. So much for a little 5-yard pass play to your tight end. They made him a deep ball threat there, and it worked out.
Times have changed, haven't they? Those used to be plays that we would clip and save because you didn't see it very often. Big tight end, deep downfield catching a pass. Now it's almost standard. That's a big part of everyone's offense. Get it to those guys because they're not just tight ends anymore. They're athletes.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Now out come the Giants. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Smith. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Third and 2, Smith. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. On first down, Allen. He'll dump this off to Cook. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Allen to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Allen going to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 51 yards on the punt there.
And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught.
Trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Again, Smith.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Another shot from. Throwing is Smith. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Sam Darnold, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Bills, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Throwing now is Allen.
Right back to Cook for another completion.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So tug on the face mask, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And sometimes it'll go unnoticed, but that one, pretty obvious for everyone to see.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Geno. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
To throw again on second down. Smith. Robinson's got it. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Geno now to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And Callaway taking it in left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Gano's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to...
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And Diggs has it.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now Allen. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
I swear I'm leaving the city.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Smith on 3rd down. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. From the gun, here's Smith. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
The Smith's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw, Smith. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
They snap it to Smith. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Gets past 1 man, and room there to work it inside the 25.
59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. The Giants on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Cook up the gut. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. On 2nd down, Cook. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. To the air, Allen. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeau in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley, and he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll go to Barkley again. They find some open field here. Taking it right down Broadway. The 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. Giants. Saquon Barkley.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Giants could be on their way to a 5-2 start as they add on to their lead.
And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. They're going to run it with Barkley. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Josh Allen in the offense now. Down by 2 touchdowns. Just over 1:40 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
And that's complete to Davis.
Now the Bills will hustle to the line.
Here's Allen.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Allen.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Now Allen.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Allen.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And some space here. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown.
This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Gano now to add the extra point. He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Bills getting set to go.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
Now Allen to try again after the pick six. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. From the 29, Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time.
Picked off by Fabian Moreau.
And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 33.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Giants, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Bills, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll look to get back in the winning column.